What's up guys, your boy Yantin back with another video, and today's video is going to be my Premier League predictions and more predictions in terms of the season, and just break it down with more things. But yeah, I'm gonna discuss top 4, which I already discussed in the previous video, so I'll just go over it again, and um, best transfer, worst transfer, all those things, okay? But we can start off with top 4. I'm just gonna rush into this a bit because I explained in my previous video. My Premier League table, so you can check that out in the description below. So yeah, top 4 predictions. In first place for me, I said to Manchester United. I'll explain this at the end of the video, but we'll move on to the next one, Liverpool. I think Liverpool comes second. I don't think they'll reach the heights that they reached last season. I think we're all aware of that, maybe because of how trash, I'm not going to say trash, but how bad the Premier League was last season. Because 66 points in terms of United and Chelsea, that's not good enough to get you top 4, to be honest with me. 99 points, and that. I think top 4, you need to at least get 70 and above in order to at least fight for top 4. And I think the gap between Liverpool and United are gonna, if United, let's say United are still in 66 points, Liverpool go down because I don't think they reached the heights that they reached last season. Then it'll be a bit closer, but as of course myself as United supporter, I'd want us to aim for points rather than position, because the points will determine what position you end up in. So yeah, I think we should at least aim for 30 points as no, not 30. I'm an idiot. Sorry, 80 points at least, and then we'll see how we get there. But Liverpool won't reach the heights they reached, especially with other teams with the transfers. The transfers they're making, I don't think they will really survive that much. If they can at least get the sign of Thiago, at least it will bring more stability in the midfield. Then I think even in the attack, I think they still need at least a quality bench player, and then maybe also in their fullbacks, maybe the sign of Tsimiska, is I say his name. In terms of left back, maybe that was a great investment, but the right back position, I think they still need some strengthening. So yeah, that's what I say to that. And then we move on to sorry for that. And then we move on towards Man City. City will come third for me. I think that last season before the Champions League quarterfinals, I think that they were hyped up, prepared to take on the next season and prepared to win the Champions League. But I think with them losing to Olympic Lyon, it damaged the it just damaged the team morale, and I think that Pep will have something to prove. But I think, as I said, with other team signings and that, I think that City won't do as well as the previous season, and I think that as I said, I think United will overtake both Liverpool and Man City. But I'll explain that throughout this video. Maybe the end of this video. Yeah, end of the video. I'm sorry, I'm just quite nervous. But yeah, City won't, for me, cut it, and they won't. I think they will win a trophy this season as usual, but it won't be a big trophy. Maybe the Champions League will be a priority this season again, but yeah, just no. And yeah, we move on to the fourth team, and that will be Chelsea. With the signings they've made, like Timo Werner, Havertz, Thiago Silva for the experience in defense, Ben Chilwell, who else? Hakim Ziyech, Saw, and they're still bringing in a goalkeeper from Rennes, Mendy. So realistically, a lot of players, if you put a lot of players in the team, it won't do as well. But I think that the outstanding players in that team will be Werner, Havertz, Ziyech, and yeah, maybe between one of the two defenders that they've signed. But yeah, thing is at Chelsea that when you sign a lot of players, it becomes 50-50. It's either you do very well. If you do very well, I think they will challenge for the league. If you do very badly, they will drop. But I don't think that. I think they'll be in fourth place because the Chelsea team I look at now, I don't think as for me, it seems impossible for them to drop so drastically in terms of how they finished. I think was the what season was it? Was it 14-15 where Liverpool finished seventh and Chelsea finished 10th. So yeah, I think it was that season. I don't think that they can drop to those standards, and Frank Lampard will definitely get the sack and that. But I think that that's the quality that they have in the team. I don't think they can drop from that. And that. And then moving on to the next category, um, top goal scorer. My top goal scorer, I think, is going to be Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Last season, 18, 19, 19, 20, 22 goals consecutive seasons, in two consecutive seasons. But yeah, Vardy winning the Golden Boot just a goal ahead of him. I think that, people are thinking that, Aguero gets a shot, but, he's injury prone. Harry Kane, this is his season to prove. For me, I think, no, just going off topic, I think Harry Kane, this is his season, because if he performs this season, he must go out of the door, because realistically, I think Tottenham are going to win the Europa League. That's what I think. But do you really want to go back into Korea and say that I won the Europa League with Tottenham? I think that 17, 18, that's when he should have left, because that's when everyone wanted to sign him. But yeah, I'm getting off topic as I said. But Aubameyang, I think that Aubameyang will win the Golden Boot this season. I think Werner will hit the heights as people proclaim to be, but I don't think it will be as high as people proclaim it to be. But yeah, moving on. Moving on, we're going towards PFA Player of the Season, who I think will be Manchester United's Bruno Fernandes. Outstanding half of the season he came in. January came in January and played the rest of the season. Outstanding the stats, it shows in the stats and that, and he performed well. I know you guys make a bit of a argument on Bruno Fernandes because Pinchester, is that what called Pinchester United, all those things. But look, Pinchester United or not, he's a great quality player, and I think that he's the second best Premier League player behind Kevin De Bruyne, because this stats, if you see, you also see rankings in my next video. I think I'm not sure when I'm gonna upload that video, but yeah, I think that he's the second best player behind Kevin De Bruyne. Why? Because if you look at his stats, you can't just disregard the Portuguese league, because teams like Porto and Benfica can, I think they can finish in and Sporting, of course, where he was from. I think they can, be in that mid-table battle and trash teams below, maybe 10th, I think. But I think that in all competitions, he's had, I think, 42 goal contributions. I know it's more than Ronaldo, but you see, comparing his stats over Ronaldo, that's just insane. And yeah, I think that he's a quality player, and he will. This is his season to show that he is one of the best players in the Premier League, because two consecutive Player of the Months and all those things. It's great. Then moving on towards the PFA Young Player of the Season. That for me, that's gonna have to go to Manchester United as well. Mason Greenwood. Last season didn't get as much starts in the Premier League because it was his breakthrough season, and I think with the whole drama of Phil Foden and that, and the hotel thing with the England squad and that, but I think that this is his season to show what it's really made of. He did show that last season, but it was in an up and down season in terms of all the teams except for Liverpool, of course. But I think that he is going to try and what am I saying now? Yeah, Mason Greenwood, PFA Young Player of the Season. Why? Because he's great, and I don't want to be negative, but I know for a fact that Rashford or Martial get an injury this season, and he will fill in that position because we have this week, I think, or next week, sign Sancho. It'll be Sancho on the right, Martial in the middle, and Rashford on the left. And I know Martial will get injured, because Martial gets injured every season, if I'm correct. I think so. And Marcus, I don't think he's had that full recovery he had from his back injury. So I think that he yeah, he will break through and yeah, be a great player and a great young player for United. Then worst transfer this summer. I think the worst transfer this summer will be Ollie Watkins because I think Aston Villa are going to get relegated, and just like Joe Linton, he won't get as much goals because Joe Linton was the one goal the entire season. That's quite bad, and I think that he's a great player. Played for Brentford, was an absolute beast, but I could be wrong. He could still perform, but I don't think that he will reach the heights that he had when he played with Brentford in the Championship, and they almost got promoted. But yeah, I'm shocked that no one has signed it. He's Benrahma, a teammate of his. So yeah, but I don't think he will reach the standards and the heights that some Villa fans proclaim to be. Then we move on to the best summer signing. For me, this summer is going to have to be Kai Havertz. You know, I know he's a Chelsea player. I know I could say Sancho. That deal's not confirmed yet. By the time I'm recording this, but Kai Havertz, he's like Hakim Ziyech. Um, he's just so special. When I say special, it's just it's a quality player. It's just someone who's so good, and you just can't see him doing bad in the Premier League. Like, see, for me, my concerns was in terms of Chelsea signing so far was Werner, because strikers don't do that well in the Premier League compared to midfielders, and he's just so darn good, man. It's just a case of I wish we could have signed him because there were links that we were interested in him and that, and all and that. But yeah, he's just a quality player, and I think Chelsea done well in terms of buying this player. Then we move on towards surprise team this season, where I said that I'll explain why United are in first place, because this season I think United are going to win the league. Why? I know it's mainly because of a biased opinion, because I want my team to win. But I think that every season there's a surprise team in the Premier League. Let me go back from Leicester City. They won the league in 15-16 season. 16-17 season. Who was the surprise team there? I think it was. Would you say Liverpool? Maybe, I think. Or was it a surprise team that got relegated? I'm not sure, but you could say Liverpool because they had quite a horrible season before, and people's expectations for Liverpool to even make top four was quite low that season. And yeah, the 17-18 season, City won the league. People thought it would be between Chelsea, United with the recruitment and all those things. United did quite sort of reach that height, but just not near the level that City was that season. And then 18-19 surprise team without a doubt was Liverpool. They won the Champions League that season, a point behind the league title, the league champion City. So yeah, it was City that season, and then um and then just Leicester City. I would say Leicester City because Liverpool win the league this season. It was people think it was City again. Everyone knew it would be between City and Liverpool. They're all spot on that, but you know most people did think Liverpool would win it because it was so close they could touch it. Then this time they touched it, but yeah, I think last season would have been Leicester City, the surprise team, because top four since August, and unfortunately they fell out because of us. But they're still in the Europa League. That's still an achievement for them. Because in the last two seasons, I think they weren't even in Europe. So that's still an achievement, and I think that they will, build off that. I think they will also be a contender for the Champions League for Champions League spots this season because everyone's saying United, Chelsea, Liverpool, and or Arsenal or Man City or Tottenham, all those teams. They're all saying the big six to be in that European spot, but don't forget about Leicester. Leicester, they did their thing, and we never know who the surprise team is going to be, but I think the surprise team is going to be Manchester United simply because I think that with the recruitment in terms of Van de Beek and Jadon Sancho, which I think will sign, and maybe even Alex Telles, left back. But yeah, I think that we will challenge for the title this season, and we will set a mark. You never know, we could lose our first game against Palace, and my predictions is in the drain. But yeah, I think that this season the Premier League title race, as I see in my table, that first, second, and third will be close, and fourth will be a distance away and will battle with the rest of the table in terms of fourth place. So that's what I'm thinking. But yeah. So simply that's much. That's all. Um, you know, that's my Premier League predictions this season, and I think that in terms of this segment, I think that United will win the league. Liverpool, oh my God, Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, and United will make top four, and top goal scorer will be Aubameyang. Player of the season will be Bruno Fernandes. Young player of the season will be Mason Greenwood. Was signing, as I explained, Ollie Watkins, which I don't think, but I still believe that he's someone will be the worst signing, and we signed Havertz and surprise team United. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, turn on notification bell so you don't have to miss a video of mine, and suggest any more other videos I should do, or maybe other formats I should do these videos on. So yeah, thank you for watching, and see y'all later.